Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, light the beam, and let's see how long we can go tonight, so to speak. Welcome into the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma.
That's what she said.
I am your host, Sam Freas, broadcasting once again here live in the northern hinterlands of our great city, San Antonio, where we find ourselves. We got a new countdown. You ready for it?
Oh, buddy.
The drum roll. Blah, 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 blah. I can't roll my tongue. Okay, first of all, I'm pretty delirious because I just finished covering Uncle Andy's show. So I've already done 3 hours. So bear with me as I try to drum roll and remember, I can't roll my tongue. We are 43 days away from NFL opening night.
Ooh, kickoff.
You know what the first game is?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's, isn't the Bills?
Oh, no.
No, the Ravens.
Oh, no.
Oh.
The Super Bowl champion always opens the season.
Eagles. And not the Cowboys.
September 4th.
It's
in
Eagles
Philly,
and Cowboys. Oh,
Cowboys at Eagles.
Here we go!
43 days from tonight.
Get ready for that L, Cowboys fans.
If you are a Cowboys fan out there right now watching
this is your best chance to get the W.
If you're going to beat Philly, it's on opening night as they're celebrating their Super Bowl rings. But if you are actually confidently saying, oh, that's a win for the Cowboys, what are we doing here? What are we doing? No, even me.
Oh,
I
man.
like.
This is y'all's year, man. Don't you know it's Super Bowl or bust?
I saw a meme you would be highly upset about. It was the "This is our year" crowd, and it was like Arsenal, Dallas Cowboys. There was several other teams.
Yeah.
But I stood up for you. The Yankees were included on there. And you can't be a "this is our year" team when you've won, 27?
Yeah.
What are y'all at now? Whatever.
And our last one was 09.
Right. It's not like it was the 30 years ago like Jerry's
always
Cowboys.
in the playoffs.
Right. And I thought that was just a cheap shot at a Yankees fan. So just so you know, I will defend
Yankees
you.
weren't banging no trash cans.
When it's hey, we talked about that on Andy's show today. So I know you're looking forward to NFL opening night, but not specifically because it's the Cowboys. Can I interest you in today is also Gorgeous Grandma Day.
Gorgeous Grandma.
That is a real thing
out of here, man.
that gets PR press releases.
Oh, no. Should I tell this story? I got a story for everything.
If there's hesitation, it tells me if you're hesitating, it kind of makes me feel like that one might be better.
It's a good story, dude. One of my friends, the infamous arm wrestling thing, they said, would you rather her or her mom? Because she's like the grandmother. She cooks me dinners. You know, gives me a little to-go plate. She runs a food truck.
Yeah, she's a great grandma.
Yeah, and I was like, she is actually a great grandma. And they said, would you rather? And I was like, believe it or not, I go with the grandma.
Look,
I'm just saying.
Do you understand? It's 2025.
Listeners out there.
The average grandma now
speculation is fictional, but
versus a grandma 30 years ago. There's quite a different.
This one's lived the life.
Upkeep.
This one's lived the life.
Oh, okay. Well, I stand by it. She's gorgeous on the inside. Gorgeous grandma. Day.
Wonderful lady.
We've. I mentioned just got done. We tried something a little different there at the top, and I might have completely derailed us. LG, I apologize for. The new idea we tried to implement with very little.
I thought it looked good. I mean, we were both grooving with that music.
Yeah, but I hear LG saying I might have caused a bit of a computer crash. Trying to, yeah. So
I mean, do we have LG in the other room?
Please tell me, dear God.
Uh-oh. Radio silence.
There it is. Okay, so there actually is. For once, this is not a bit. We are actually. No, I like the.
We are 0 days.
Yeah, no, we do need a board. Actually, we need a zero. We need. Yeah, I can think of a few things. We could count. We could count daily. No,
nah, we're all good.
Hey, buddy.
I just had to restart a bunch of programs.
So. Oh
yeah. So I did. Yeah,
we're good.
I like the idea of having a little 5-minute buffer at the top of the show. Today I was scrambling to get over here from the iHeart mothership after hosting for Andy, but I kind of think that it makes us look more professional.
It does.
It makes us look like real podcasters that know what the hell we're doing.
I think it'd be funny, like, whenever, like, what was it? We were watching, was it soccer? When we were, like, racing in here to do it. And, like, all of a sudden, it's like, are they going to get there in time?
Oh, yeah, when we were watching the Gold Cup.
The Gold Cup, yeah. I was like, that would have been a good one to see.
Yeah, that would have been a good time to have a 5-minute buffer. But, yeah, no, if you were thrown off a little bit there at the top, I think we're going to embrace that moving forward, because I kind of like giving the good people some time to hop in and get comfortable. Maybe even in the future can jump into that chat there in the first 5 minutes, especially as we creep closer and closer to 500 subscriptions. I did my best, boys. I plugged as much as I could today until finally they were like, hey, let's focus on the show you're hosting, not the one you're hosting tonight. But LG, tell the good people how they can help us out, what they can do to help us grow this thing.
You can hit that subscribe button right there on your phone underneath the video player on YouTube. You can hit the like button as well. That helps us out too. And go to buymeacoffee.com.
Repost.
/SportsCaveLive, and you can donate to the microphone fund. And if you look in the description on our last podcast, I'm going to put it in this one as well. Actually, it might be there. You'll see that we have an Amazon wish list where
help us, we're
if
poor.
you feel like being a benefactor of the show, you can straight up buy us a microphone.
Very nice.
Yeah, anonymously, or you can put your name on it.
You will forever be in Sports Cave lore.
Yes.
Yeah, we will. We'll appreciate the microphone equally, whether you do it anonymously or if you broadcast to the world that you are our benefactor.
You bet.
Exactly.
Hey, that microphone always knows whose home it is.
We'll name the microphone after you.
Oh, hey, no, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
There's some naming
Give
rights.
us Bobby. Give me Bobby back.
Yep.
The honorable whoever microphone. I like that. That's a good bit.
Yeah,
That's a good bit.
it. Yeah.
Now, just to further, LG said it's completely free. If you have a YouTube account, please give us a subscription. Getting to that mystical 500 number opens up more than I realize. But LG says
we got to figure out what we're gonna do for the 500.
See, I think 500 will be sedated. We need to get to 500.
I would love some suggestions. People in the chat, man, like, hit us on our socials or something, and get at us. Tell us something we can do. I mean, we never really have. Wednesday's not the most talkative days, hump day. Everybody's out there.
Well, I'm glad. It's funny you described it that way, because this Wednesday might be one of the least talkative days, because I took a 5-hour, but I am fuming right now. Not in the angry, fuming, mad way. I am.
Did I ever tell you about when I took one of those?
Educate me.
The first and only time I think I was.
You make it sound like it's hitting meth or something.
Dude. Okay. Oh, buddy.
Okay.
Like I have been around the block, and I have, I may or may not have tried some meth, but
Well, that very subtle. Very subtle.
Cheapest drug there is.
We're getting off a cruise, and there's no sleep. I'm probably on 30 hours staying up, and we're having to drive back from Miami to Texas, and I'm like, 5-hour energy just came out. So I was like, I'm drinking Monsters and all that stuff. I was like, let me check out what this 5-hour energy does. I pop it. Instant. It was just it was like smoking meth. You know what I'm saying?
Or at least I've heard.
I've heard, supposedly. And I literally white knuckled that wheel for about 2 hours during a tsunami up in like the panhandle of Florida. And my friend finally wakes up and looks at me and he's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "No.
I don't think so, man."
No, man. And so we had to pull over. And I sat there and just grounded my teeth for about like 3 hours until they woke up and took over. Still didn't go to sleep.
No, it's not.
I was up for about 48 hours, 50 hours. I was hallucinating.
Yeah, y'all bear with me because
free crack giveaway.
I took the 5 hour and also realized it's an empty stomach too. I ate lunch.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're having fun here, aren't we? We're having fun.
Doing the little bubbles. Huh?
But no, it was really, really good to get back out to the mothership earlier today and host for Andy. We're going to stay on schedule. We've got to do our NFC North preview tonight. Got some more meat on the bone from Monday night's show that we didn't get to. So, of course, we'll still have our normal lightning round and start with a little bit of what I watched. But before we get too much deeper, I should also tell you it's Vanilla Ice Cream Day. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my God.
Okay. I wanted...
Give me another the fart sound there, Lawrence.
Oh, dude, we did a whole segment. We did a whole fart segment.
Just thinking about milk and ice cream makes my stomach just churn. I'm
Yeah,
so lactose intolerant.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
No, before we get going too much further, before we get to what I watched, one of the notes I had from Monday night's show that we didn't get to, I forgot to ask you, LG, while we still have a stable connection. Have you first of all, have you seen any of the gameplay of this new Donkey Kong Bananza game? And secondly, do you have any desire to potentially get it so I can play some of it whenever we're over here on Monday and Wednesday?
I know he's not talking to me.
I haven't
nerds.
seen any gameplay at all, but I've read some articles and some headlines and some comments and the reviews and whatnot. And yes, I'm interested. Am I going to buy it? No, because I barely have time to play the games I have.
Yeah,
I might get it way down the line when used at some point.
Yeah,
so.
that's kind of like
Puma seems like he's gonna buy it just so he can play it over here.
If I could get a good deal,
get
I
over
might
here like
buy
an
it.
hour early.
Eventually,
just-
well, I guess you know what? Actually,
You could buy it.
That's
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
because
Buy
I'm
it, leave
going
it
to
here.
eventually get the Switch 2,
yeah,
so I might as well
buy it,
buy the game
put it on a little Twitch stream.
until I can find an actual.
I heard it was the best thing since Mario 64. That's what I
So
heard.
Whoa,
it's getting crazy good
64.
reviews. It's getting crazy, and
that's the one with the weird controller, right?
you get used to it.
Yeah.
The it's being compared to basically like Donkey Kong or Super Mario Odyssey, but Donkey Kong instead of Mario. That
Okay.
most recent, which was also spiritual successor.
The last
to
Mario I played was
Mario
like I think it was
64.
Odyssey, where like it was like you walk around the world.
Oh, that was Galaxy. Yeah,
That was Galaxy.
yeah.
Which
With
one
you
came
go
first?
planet to planet. Galaxy
Odyssey's
came-
similar.
Yeah,
Similar.
they're all. That's that same line of. Mario 64 was the first time it was 3D. And
It's the 3D
Yeah.
Marios, yeah.
Exactly. So this new Donkey Kong game looks pretty fun. I might actually take you up on that. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Yeah.
You take each other up on that.
Buy it and leave
Plug
it up.
that in.
You act like you don't. You act like you don't play video games or don't
I
enjoy
don't, but
it.
I do enjoy it. Like Lauren said, man, I'm busy, man.
You can stick your cartridge in my slot.
oh, buddy.
Any,
As long as you blow on it first.
of course.
No, you don't have to do that. You just raw dog it right in there. No,
Raw dog.
you don't need to blow on it. This ain't the 1980s.
Did anybody do the NES where they put the cartridge on top of the cartridge?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
To hold it down.
Yeah,
keep
I
it
did the
down.
thing where you like snap it down real hard as it's going in.
Yeah,
like,
and you
on
wait
the
till that
plastic.
click where
Yeah.
you don't put it all the way in, and you just put just the tip.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then you
yeah.
just
Yeah, and then you jam it in as hard as you can.
Yeah.
You're basically describing the BYU students soaking in the dorms. That's actually
Yeah,
that's
but you don't
probably-
need someone to help you.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
probably where they got the idea.
Yeah.
No, y'all mentioned too busy to play. So I've been waiting.
That's not playing, sir.
I've been waiting for months now to get my skate playtest invite.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the day it rolled in last night, later in the evening last night.
Oh, how long was the download?
It was quick because it's not a huge. It's just the demo,
the beta.
The beta. Yeah, exactly. So I got it downloaded last night and started playing. And it was already 10:30 at night whenever I started playing on it. So I played it for like an hour and a half, and then literally, unfortunately, had to force myself to stop playing video games because I knew I had.
I was wondering if that's why you're tired. You're like, then 4 o'clock ran up on me real fast.
I am still on a bit of a later sleep schedule, but it might have been closer to 1 than midnight, but not the normal.
So what do you think? Good? Thumbs up? Got
Thumb
more?
sideways for now. Like the physics. The gameplay is really fun. It's classic skate. The physics are good from what I've seen so far. It's nothing groundbreaking or spectacular. But
the analog tricks are
that's
smooth.
still the same. It's the exact same. You can use the exact same old school controls, which is nice. So super, like you said, super like reactionary to the board with the stick. Like it's good in that way, like it used to be. But they're doing it as a free-to-play game now, like Fortnite. So the game is going to be free. It'll just be full of microtransactions.
Oh, like to get a different deck.
Any of that. Exactly.
Man, but they like to get the good tricks or to get the where you can easier grinds.
So you can exactly. And the other problem of that,
they just overthink.
Even more so than the microtransactions, is they've made it like cartoonish, like Fortnite. So
no! So it's like chicken suit guy.
It's here. I'll. This isn't good for the video stream, but I'll show you exactly.
You're not going to be a tester anymore.
This is. That's what my guy looks like super cartoonish.
Oh yeah, that's kind of like Vice City type.
Yeah, like old PS3 graphics.
Yeah.
That whenever I was a kid, thought like, how are they ever going to do any better than this? Yeah.
As you see every pore in that person's face on like the new God of War.
That's kind of whack because Skate was always the hyper realistic skating game,
exactly,
like, compared to Tony Hawk.
Right, and that's like now. The remake of Tony Hawk 3 and 4 look more realistic than the new Skate, but the new Skate, as far as I've played so far, still has a lot of that same realism physics engine.
Yeah.
So it still plays like it's the most realistic skate sim, but it looks nothing like it anymore. So it's a weird mind F.
I wonder if they're
playing it last night.
So do they do kind of like where you can climb up a building and do some crazy off the wall tricks?
So that's the other thing they added more like
because I do kind of like that. Yeah,
to get to a spot.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'll dig that as long as it's not like overtaken where it takes you 20 minutes to get up somewhere.
Exactly, and I think there's I was watching. Before I had gotten the invite, I'd been watching other people play it, and there was a lot of that. But it was people intentionally trying to get to places they shouldn't have been allowed to get to, or trying to get to the highest point.
Yeah, finding the glitches.
So far, I'm gonna need to put more time in it, but the excitement of getting it quickly waned when I remembered I had a full day ahead of me today, and whenever I didn't think the visuals would be that much of a kick to the nuts, but it's kind of a kick to the nuts.
So what about the background? Is the background detailed or
no? It's still more
blocky.
There was I can't remember the name of it, but it was a roller skating game that was paired up with like anime music, and it was like
Jet Set Radio. Jet Set Radio.
Bingo.
Love that.
Right. So it's more like that in appearance, but still the like realistic physics of skating. So I think I could get used to it.
But the thing with Jet Set Radio was just like the speed that they got up on. You know, like it was like if you're going to be realistic, dude, like that was like totally over the top anime.
Yeah, it's not nearly at that level of
great soundtrack
of speed or pace. Yeah, that exactly, and that makes it kind of addicting.
Now
to keep
they got
playing.
nothing but like East Coast, like old school skate music. Back when it was grimy. Yeah, I like it. You know.
Yeah, skate games always have the best soundtracks.
Well, I also would like, before we start the show, we're gonna have to apologize to our listeners.
Oh God.
And issue a stat correction. One Samuel Puma said that the Texas Rangers were the hottest team in average and runs scored in the month of July.
I definitely said runs scored. We might have to check the tape on average.
False.
Who passed them?
According to ChatGPT, New York Yankees, 94 runs. Batting a 627 or averaging 620.27 runs per game. Toronto Blue Jays 88, 5.87. Boston Red Sox 86, 5.73. Houston Astros 86, 5.73. Texas Rangers 86, 5.73.
So how far were they behind in total runs?
Almost a full run from the top Yankees. Well, not a full run. Yeah, half run.
What were they? No, the total run.
Total runs, 8.
They were 8 behind the Yankees. Okay, so it must have been. It was through like the first 2 weeks of July.
Don't you ever sour my Yankees
and I thought they
ever
could.
again,
I thought
man.
they had still. I thought they had still maintained. You mentioned the Astros in there. Did you peep the standings today? The Astros officially have the best winning percentage in the American League now. They're a machine.
They're a machine, man.
It's ridiculous. Another injury, another win.
I can't even say, because Seattle's nice. I mean, and of course Texas do have the stats if they can keep this hitting up and actually win some games.
Even if they can just do half of what they've done in July so far, they'll be close. They'll be fighting for a wild card spot. I appreciate the correction. I do.
Welcome.
I will always.
That felt real good.
Good.
Like right here in my heart. You know what I'm
and it just so happens that it's the Yankees that.
I saw that and I was like, clip. Thank you, my AI overlord.
Yeah, see, they're not so bad, right?
Hey, they're pimp gaming me. They're trying to get me, like, they're giving me a little bit, and then they're gonna smack me down with something. And then they're gonna bring me back a little bit more, and they're gonna beat me down even more.
No, they absolutely know.
And then I'm gonna be relying on them, and I'm gonna be their bottom bitch.
Well, you want? Oh, now that's a classic South Park. I need to watch the old Butters bottom bitch episode. Let's talk Rangers then, because that is what I watched last night, as we usually start. Rangers now, they've taken the first 2 games from Oakland after taking 2 out of 3 from Detroit coming out of the break.
That was the big one.
With the only loss to Skubal on Sunday night when they had to scratch Uvalde at the last minute. Rangers now, with last night's win, they are 2 games over 500 for the first time since May 18th.
Ooh, and how far back are they from the wild card?
I believe it's 2 from a wild card and 8 from the Astros.
Yeah, you just need to bang
they're
on
not
that wild
gonna. Yeah,
card.
they're not gonna catch the Astros. There's no real path. I can see that Houston. They're only going to get stronger as they get more guys back. Yeah, looking at Rangers, a game and a half behind Boston there in the wild card, but also the second wild card team. Oh, look at that! The Yankees are a wild card team.
And we're losing against Toronto.
Oh, Bubba, no.
And A-Rod, and then old Judge was 0 for 7 and then hit a 2-run bomb to tie the game at 4. And then Cody Bellinger lost the ball. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Happens to the best of us.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Gave up a triple. They gave up 2 more runs. And now 2 more runs go. But we burnt our bullpen, man. And one of our aces, Loizaga, isn't Yankee Minute, but he is.
We're talking baseball. Tonight's gonna be we'll see where this goes.
He can't locate anything. There's no break on his fastball. Or he used to have the best movement in the game on his fastball and his cutter. The spin rate was one of the highest. And now after his injury, he can't locate anything, man. He's leaving meatballs over the plate. And every time he comes in, man, he's giving up a run or 2, man. I got to get on Boone, man. You got to sit him down for a couple of days, send him down, let him get his you know, chops.
You're not ready to actually like raise any kind of panic level. You talk about getting on Boone. Like, is there?
Oh no, Boone's job's
okay.
Boone's job's secure. I mean, he's the winningest percentage coach in the like active right now, only because they had to fire Houston's coach Carrera, or was it? He went to Boston, right?
Oh yeah.
They had to fire him after the scandal.
Cora.
Yeah, they had to fire him after the scandal.
Well, and AJ Hinch back with those Detroit Tigers at 60 wins. Yeah, I didn't realize the logjam between our two divisions, because Yankees are the top wild card team, Mariners are the second, Red Sox are the third. And then half a game behind Boston is Tampa, and then a game and a half behind Boston is Texas.
Yeah, dude, the Central's out of the wild card. It's going to be either the West or the
Unless
East.
Cleveland gets hot, but it looks like Cleveland is more likely to trade Quan in Class A. Speaking of Class A, I would love for the Rangers to pay to bring him back. He was a Rangers prospect.
Suarez from the Diamondbacks. If we secure
Eugenio,
him.
I saw he might be linked with a move. Nothing close to solid, but he might be interested, or the Reds might be interested.
And I'm over our shortstop, Velope, man. He's now tied, unless he made another error this game. He's tied for the most errors in baseball at 18.
Yeah, you can't have that at a shortstop. That makes it even worse. The only one potentially,
and he's batting like
catcher.
206.
Yeah. But that's the thing about baseball, though.
We did draft a shortstop, but that's not going to be for like 3 years.
Years down the road, yeah. All of the holes in the lineup in your team, Yankees, still 11 games over 500 with the trade deadline still ahead. I think we're going obviously because of the now additional wild card teams. You see more teams try to make complementary trades at the deadline, but specifically,
you don't see too many sell-offs.
Right. But specifically this year, like Yankees, big budget, big market.
Yeah.
They're going to make moves. Red Sox, big budget, big market. Mariners have been
That's
itching.
the countdown I want. When's the trade deadline?
31st, right?
31st? Okay.
Oh, no. They go all the way through.
I thought it was like
they go through all the way
days.
through August. Oh, is it that close?
11 or 12 days.
Ooh.
I think they go August, let me say 3rd. Let's see, it might be 31st. You might just, if they kept it
31st, July 31st.
They make it simple.
They got rid of the waiver trade deadline that used to be in August.
Yeah.
Where if you could pass him through waivers, then you could still trade him, which was always unstable. But yeah, no, we're 8 days away from MLB trade deadline. But all of your whole division. Outside Tampa's not going to make a big swing. If they get hot, they'll take a playoff run. But if not, they're not going to invest or give up a lot at the deadline.
Well, they don't buy anything anyway.
No. If anything, they sell at the deadline and then are still a playoff team.
Exactly.
Because they're usually so deep. And then the Rangers, Chris Young isn't giving up on this season, so I would expect.
Now with the stats, your starters, man, your starters are just deadly. Like if you can just get some pop in the bats.
Yeah,
as you saw,
it
Seager
wouldn't take
hit
much, man.
that
Seager's hot.
dead eye
God,
center.
Okay, correct. I think he's up to a 26 game on base streak, something like that now. Yeah, he's been the anchor of this offensive revival because as Seager goes, that offense goes. Seager and Simeon in the middle of it, but yeah, we're even looking at the NL. Big market teams with high hopes. Padres hanging on to the last playoff spot, but the Giants are right there, only a game and a half back. We've seen what they did already with the.
See if Devers actually does something.
Yeah, I saw he played first base for the first time. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then the Reds, like I mentioned, who have been rumored for a reunion with Eugenio, who you're interested in. As we're talking,
Brian Cashman has put it out there that
tied it up.
He wants to get 4 to 5 players, two relief, 1 starter, and 1 infielder, which I can see him maybe packaging another infielder because Volpe is just god awful right now, man. As much as he makes some good plays, but that's what shortstops do. They make good plays, But when you got 18 errors and it's just,
No, that's unsustainable.
they're just like textbook throws to first, and you're bouncing it to a Rice. I mean, we're not putting Goldie on the mound as much because Rice, he has one of the top velocities in batting, so we keep him in there just to, yesterday he saved our asses by hitting a home run in the bottom of the ninth. We actually won that game, unless it becomes a major comeback, man. Like, it stopped us from getting swept again from Toronto.
Yeah. We're not, there's still a lot of baseball left, but we're very, very quickly closing in on less than 2 months left in the season. I mean, we're 102 games in.
Yeah.
Only 60 left. I mean, You're starting to, I saw this stat, the Rangers, it was hard for me to believe it was true at first because they've just felt like they've been dawdling for the whole season. Over the Rangers' last 14 series, so a large stretch, large stretch, the Rangers have won 10 of those, have lost 3, and split 1.
Oh.
So, right. It's
So,
crazy.
I mean, they're
right there, but just had never been.
It's just like getting over that hump.
And we had talked about how bad their record were in games where they could get back to 500.
Yeah.
And maybe finally breaking through to now be 2 games over 500. Maybe that can serve as some kind of launching point. But this time, let's see, 8 days from now. So that'll be next Thursday.
Yeah.
Will be the trade deadline.
22nd here. Yeah.
So we'll have next week. We'll be finishing our NFC division previews. We'll do NFC West on Monday, NFC East on Wednesday. But we'll definitely have to squeeze in some more baseball talk besides just the Yankee Minute, because hopefully
I know
both our teams are active.
Like, what was it? He had 5 home runs in the last 7. Or was it 7 home runs in the last 5 games or something ridiculous?
Hot.
He's scorching, and like they're gonna hold him to the very end if they're gonna trade him.
Oh, of course.
Now they're like, should we keep him? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, Diamondbacks. They went to the series with y'all.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, but that was kind of, didn't everybody get hurt in LA?
Yeah, that was a bit of a, I wouldn't say fluke, but
they had an easy path.
Yeah, they got served some favors early with the matchups, but we'll see. We'll see what both our teams do. A little bit of Spurs news before we get into the main segment. Specifically, going back to our ongoing, I won't call it debate, our ongoing differing projections for the Spurs going into next season.
Did Vegas up the win total?
So they opened at 41.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought even that was a little crazy.
Yeah.
But 500, sure. They're going to 41 and 41. I said,
you got to think
the
of
number.
the depth. The problem we're going to have is which people are going to fit best with what squad do you want to put out there, and which pieces do you want to pick? That like Pop had that problem back during our winning days, where it's like we're mix and matching. We don't know where we need the bench 5 coming in. Which squad worked the best with this. Of course, Manu worked best with Thiago. So right now I see that's our problem.
Just having too much talent.
Yeah, having a little too much talent. And if you saw that, we added ex-Thunder Warriors sharpshooter Lindy Waters III.
Yeah, former Oklahoma State kid. It was interesting to me because before that, he was announced today, or at least it's being reported that they have signed him. Not only signed him, but given him a guaranteed 1-year deal. So he takes the final roster spot he will be the 14th, which is you have to have 14.
And he's just a spot up shooter.
37% three-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
The other name, though, they were able to get that Summer League phenom, David Jones-Garcia, on a two-way deal, meaning he's going to continue to develop over in Austin, and they can call him over when they need him if they have injuries or if they make any kind of move and need additional depth or whatnot. That one, it surprised me that he only got a two-way, and even if it wasn't going to the Spurs, there wasn't another team out there that saw what he did at Summer League and offer a guaranteed deal for a roster spot.
He did good if anybody else watched some of the Summer League.
He was all NBA or all Summer League team.
I swear I thought I was watching Summer League and it was like Sacramento and I saw Fox out there and there was just a rerun of the Cup. Like I think 2022 when the Sacramento was hot.
Oh yeah,
yeah. When the Fox was still on the team.
Look at how fast your fortune can change in the NBA. Yeah, exactly. If you were a Kings fan, you were looking like, dude, we got young Sabonis, we got young De'Aaron Fox, we got a core to build around.
Yeah,
we're already a playoff team. Horder is hitting every three. Keegan Murray looks like he might be a future All-Star. And now you have DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
So have fun with that. No, it has gone up. It's up to 43.5 now. The Spurs over-under, according to Vegas.
I stick by my story.
So
45
or
above.
Here's the rundown of the West. Yeah. Obviously, Oklahoma City's first, which they are in a class of their own, and Vegas believes so too. Vegas has their over-under at 62.5. That's insane.
62.5?
To bet on a team
to
almost win 63
lose
games.
Less than 20 games.
Yeah, that would be 19 losses.
Yeah, that's
crazy. And
they could, but like with the West being tougher, like they got 68 last year, right? They were close to 70.
Yeah, 68. I think it was 68 on the nose.
So it was like, but the West is getting stronger. And then now you got Luka recruiting. He's got Marcus Smart.
And the aging corpse of. We'll see what Marcus has.
That's defense. That's
for
defense.
Sure.
And he can run the point. You know what I'm saying? And he's got championship experience.
So Lakers, you bring them up. Vegas 47.5 wins.
Yeah.
Significant gap between.
You still got LeBron.
Yeah.
You got Luka. Top
now
5.
You've got at least a guy who has been a defensive player of the year before. The last guard to win defensive player of the year, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Elsewhere in the West, obviously the Rockets got better.
Mm-hmm.
They're 54.5. Nuggets got better. They're 53.5. Timberwolves have made back-to-back Western Conference Finals. They're 50.5. And then the Warriors at 47.5. That's a lot of respect for Steph and Draymond, and a lot of hope that year 2 with Jimmy Butler is smoother, more chemistry than just the last 2 months of this season with him.
I don't ever wish an injury, but I predict an injury. You know? I feel like that team just, they're just getting old and just to try to keep up with these young guns, try to keep up with Oklahoma, Houston.
You think Golden State's getting old? Can I interest you in the Los Angeles Clippers?
So I have I was like, I totally forgot to send this to LG. Look at this meme. This was probably one of my favorite memes in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Unk Nation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that one.
No, everyone's seen the meme. The same content gets recycled to everybody online. Nothing's original.
That one got me.
But you said Monday night that team finishes below the Spurs in the Western Conference standings.
I stick by my story.
So Vegas disagrees, but it's close. Vegas has them at 46.5 and the Spurs at 43.5. But more interesting to me, that is the team that's the closest to the Spurs.
Okay.
So they had.
So what they have us at 7th?
That would be 8th.
8th. All right.
Yeah, they had Clippers projected 7th, and then Spurs projected 8th, and then this one. I understand Memphis being 40.5.
Yeah.
Because you trade Desmond Bane to Orlando. Now Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. having the injury. Who knows how long he's going to miss. They still have the Grizzlies at 40.5, which is ahead of.
That's giving Morant a lot of credit.
It's a lot of, and it's also, again, it's giving Morant a lot of credit for 40.5.
Yeah.
And it's giving Anthony Davis no credit because Vegas has the Mavericks at 39.5. I couldn't believe Bartlett told me that today. He's like, the Mavs are lower than the Spurs and the.
Once again, I don't wish for injury. Yeah. I just predict an injury.
Well, the AD injury is that's like predicting what time noon is.
Yeah, like is water wet?
That's correct. Yeah, that's inevitable. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's your. Theoretically, according to Vegas, those are your 10 play-in eligible teams. The West is
it's tight,
brutally tight.
It's tight like a Nintendo cartridge in a Nintendo,
or about like a BYU freshman. Talking about the Kings, they would be the next. They're the next team below the Mavericks. They would be that first team looking out on the play-in.
Yeah,
which I think the gap between Sacramento and Dallas.
Damn, they gave Phoenix no.
Well, they traded everybody.
I know. So who do they got?
Phoenix has fifth worst odds in the West. So from the bottom of the West up, Jazz, then Suns, then Pelicans, then Trailblazers and Kings. So those would be your 5 teams on the outside looking in.
Oh, they got Jazz as the worst? No.
Yeah, they're going to be the worst.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're going to be the worst. But all of this.
Poor Mormon nation.
All of this to say, Vegas is looking squarely at the idea of a Mavs-Spurs play-in game. Just by the numbers, estimations of where they think this is going to fall. Yeah, we might actually get a.
I think they're going to finish 6, 45-6.
So you'd have you passing the Clippers.
Yes. And
then Warriors or Lakers?
Yes.
Warriors,
definitely.
You think Lakers finish higher than Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We talked about it a lot.
Speaking of injuries, LeBron he's a specimen. He doesn't get injured. Luka is going to have
Luka's a walking top 6 team though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ever since his rookie year. That's
but
what
maybe
he's
LeBron
been.
makes him actually do a preseason workout so he's not lagging down the field.
Well, then he's a walking top 4 team if he actually conditions. We talked about it a lot on Andy's show today, and really looking at these numbers of where Vegas isn't. Usually, when they're wrong, they're not wrong by much. Yeah. Unless it's catastrophic injury where a guy is out the whole season or something. But
it's not too hard to be like, okay, Spurs added all this talent. They kind of whatchamacallit.
They added talent, but it's all young.
Yeah,
and usually in the NBA, when you have a collection of a bunch of young dudes, that doesn't necessarily translate as well to total wins as it does when you've got veterans that have less talent maybe, but have experience in the league.
Wemby's Wu-Tang Wemby.
Oh,
that's going to be my new mantra, dude.
Wu-Tang, I think it's more like
Wu-Tang Wemby.
It's more like Mao Wemby or Stalinist
Wu-Tang Wemby's
Wemby.
He wants to play. He wants to be the Tim Duncan now, man. He wants to mold these people into his team, and he wants to create a dynasty. And I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Let him cook.
It's let him cook, but also keep him healthy. Because obviously everything.
It looks like his conditioning is.
He's beefed up.
He's got definition. He's got like the admiral shoulder, like where you can see the shoulder with the muscle here.
Go look at Giannis. His first 3 years in the league.
Oh yeah. He's
first year versus year 3. Mm-hmm. He wasn't what he is now, and I don't think Wemby will ever get that. Or even look at Durant.
Who knows?
Like when Durant was in college,
21 years
of course. But when Durant even was in college at Texas, there was much less definition than there was by his third year in the league. Yeah. But I brought all that up or wrote it down because Monday and throwaway in the lightning round when you said you had Spurs finishing ahead of Clippers, I was curious to see exactly where because I've been following the Spurs over-under line, but I didn't care about the Clippers until we talked about it on Monday. But that's as good a time as any. Let's get into the whole reason we're here tonight. We got to stay on schedule. Let's get into the main segment because we have our NFC divisions to jump back into tonight with the NFC North. And if I told you...
Arguably, what was it, before the season, the toughest division?
And expected wins among the division, even to the point where, who do you think Vegas likes more, the Vikings or the Bears?
Man, you got J.J. McCarthy coming in cold.
Because we always start with the Vegas predictions.
But he's got two top 10 receivers.
Absolutely.
I almost want to put Addison in like number 10. Jefferson number 1, maybe 2.
It's either Jefferson or Chase.
And and if they can sit there and keep them the pocket clean, which they did for Darnold, revirgins his career. And did you know Darnold is getting paid more on the cap than Brock Purdy?
Really?
Yeah.
For
because
2 Purdy's,
years.
his deal's so
for the next 2 years.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
But I would say they got to go Vikings. Don't tell me they went Bears.
Trick question. They're both 8.5, which even that shocked me.
Vikings got 14 wins last year.
Yep.
And they got them losing
but granted,
6 more.
They are turning to basically a rookie quarterback, a kid who was injured all of last, so he didn't get practice
in
rep.
the preseason, he looked damn good.
He looked like he was going to be the starter over Darnold.
Yeah, he was going to be the starter over Darnold. Like, that is insane. Who else did they lose? Did they just lose all their defense? I didn't hear any big moves defensive wise.
No, not a whole lot. It was we'll attack them team by team here, but the overall Lions, the Lions number is low, 10.5, but it's buoyed by the fact that Vegas thinks the division is a lot better overall this year than it was last year when the Lions got 15. But Lions 10.5, Packers 9.5, and then Vikings Bears each 8.5. So
and they also go against the AFC North. No, not the AFC. It's with the Steelers and Ravens.
AFC was dirty. AFC North, Cincy, Pitt, Cleveland.
I was trying not to think of Miami
Baltimore.
And Buffalo and crap,
the East.
Yeah.
So
and they got the NFC East.
Well,
I mean, those aren't too shabby. I mean, the only throwaway games we have are the Browns,
and
the New York Giants.
That's it.
Other than that, those are going to be tough games, and then you also have a tough division.
Yeah.
So that's why I can see why the numbers are down, but I don't see how the Vikings are 8.5.
It's pretty shocking.
That's shocking.
Especially last year. 3 playoff teams, Detroit, Green Bay, Miami, from this division, 0 playoff wins.
They're motivated. I feel like
that's why
they're coming back with a chip on their shoulder.
And then Vegas gives them, doesn't even – Detroit won 15 games last year, and you got their over-under as the second tier behind what you consider elite.
Yeah.
The guy, Kansas City, who were the other ones that had 11.5 that we've covered so far? There's been a couple off top of Buffalo. Vegas loves Buffalo.
Because they're weak division and they don't have a really good, they're not playing
the crop.
The cream of the crop. Divisions.
That's how this division. It kind of feels like Vegas is like, look, they're all going to be splitting season series with each other.
The last 2 games of the Vikings because we're on the Lions, right?
Yeah.
All right. The last 2 games of the Lions. Lions Vikings on Netflix.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, God, you want to punch somebody.
It's like Christmas.
And then it's Lions and Bears at the very end. And I think Bears are going to be trying to squeak into the wild card. That's if Caleb Williams lives up to anything that he was supposed to be and that he thought he was going to be, because he wanted guaranteed money. He wanted $500 million.
Hey, you can't
Can't hurt to
Blame him
ask.
for asking.
You know, can I just ask for it?
If the Bears are dumb enough to say yes,
Deshaun asked, and
they said yes.
And
So,
that dude, put his penile on a bunch of women.
Well, allegedly.
Not allegedly.
I don't remember there being actual charges. You think it's a 3 playoff team division again this year? I don't. I think it's back to 2.
Yeah, I mean,
just because I think they're going to beat up on each other more than they did last year.
It's gonna because they're playing too. Their schedules are just gonna be too difficult, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, they're playing the AFC North. Someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
you're playing some tough defenses, man.
Physical.
Someone's gonna come across the middle and just take one of them out, man. You know what I'm saying? And Detroit's got Jameson and Laporta, and of course St. Brown, which he'll play through. What did he play through? A floating rib? Like, was it like something? Like a rib was dislocated.
Oh, yeah.
And he just kept playing for another 7, 8 games. I don't know.
Have you seen any of the interviews with his dad? His dad is
he's intense.
Yeah, I could see why his sons are tough like that.
Yeah. He's like, I got every player that was drafted, wide receiver drafted in for me, and I say their names.
I think he also talked about preserving his genetic athleticism by only dating a certain similar sex or a similar race. I mean, yeah.
If I see a white girl come through this door.
Yeah, I think there were some hard rules, some lines you didn't cross in the St. Brown household.
5%er.
But hey, tell him he's wrong. Tell him he's wrong. Man. Look at his offspring.
He wants some thoroughbreds.
Look at his offspring.
You gotta mate him with other thoroughbreds.
We'll start with the Lions. The Lions have I think they have a taller task ahead of them than a lot of people are talking about, because the most recent example I could think of, Lions, obviously, Big Dan Campbell's still there, but lost Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator in the division, head coach at Chicago now. A guy who was the hottest coaching candidate for the last 2 years. Obviously, looking at Detroit's offense since he's been there, it's been pretty damn good. And then,
but I think Jared Goff is such a veteran quarterback now that like a new offensive coordinator is going to be like.
So hang with me because
okay, I'm gonna hang with you.
The other side, and then Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator, got the Jets job. Aaron Glenn was awesome. He's a great defensive coordinator. I think is going to do great things eventually with the Jets.
He learned from Dan Campbell.
Hey, both Texas A&M Aggies too. Yeah. The Ben Johnson loss, as much of a veteran as Goff is now, that one will be the more interesting replacement for me, because I think Goff is good. Goff was a 1-1 pick. Obviously, it's not that Goff is good. How about that analysis? Yeah. No, but Ben Johnson found ways to make all of a sudden Jared Goff closer to a top 5 quarterback in the league than an average quarterback in the league. And I think we might see some regression there. And the most recent example, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl the first time, or not one, I think it was when they went to the Super Bowl, they ended up losing their offensive and defensive coordinators after that Super Bowl run, and the next year they missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think there's other examples.
And that was such a weird thing that they missed the playoffs, because they were bad.
Right.
They lost 6 or 7
They were terrible.
in a row.
And they ended up firing both of those coordinators that they had hired to replace their guys, and then they got things turned around, and Sirianni saved his job. I think Detroit's going to have it's one thing to replace Ben Johnson. It's another thing to replace Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. The fact that both of those were head coaching.
Who they replaced Ben Johnson with? Anybody of note?
I believe it was wasn't it an internal?
It was an internal hire. So they're you have Sean McVay, one of the greatest offensive minds, like Kyle Shanahan and some other and all his little cronies, old buddy over at Miami. But it might have just been too much for Goff. So I think they simplified it, used what Goff can do, and what he couldn't do, and they molded an offense around it.
Oh, they took out the options for him to make catastrophic mistakes.
Exactly.
So John Morton is the new guy who has previous experience with Detroit. He wasn't with them. Most recently, he was the passing game coordinator for the Broncos the last 2 years.
So I think the internal hire shows me that they're going to run the same offense. It's not going to be.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he was internal in 2021, but that wasn't even when Ben Johnson was there.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're going to see a lot of radical change, but also if you're going up, the guy we're talking about that they're trying to replace is also a head coach of a team within the division. So you got to do something different.
Got to throw some trick plays out there.
Got it, which was Ben Johnson's specialty.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think you would agree the Lions are still the class of this division. But I think it's
a lot of Green Bay fans might disagree with you on that one.
Well, we got them coming up next. I think the Lions are still on paper, especially getting Aiden Hutchinson back, who was on that injury
huge.
Was terrible against Dallas last year, as the game was already a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
Getting him back and how quickly he regains that potential defensive player of the year form that he had last year before the injury. I think comparing them specifically to Green Bay, I think I would still rather have the Lions offensive unit. I would still rather have their
defensive,
and I would still rather have their
line,
defense over
Davenport and Hutchinson on each side.
Right.
Man, they're going to go headhunting.
They also re-signed the safety. I can't think of his name. He's the highest paid safety in NFL history.
Kirby
now.
Joseph?
Yes, Kirby. Yeah, Kirby Joseph. Re-signed him as well. So the Lions didn't. The only thing the Lions lost were their coordinators on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Which is huge, but that's still a top 5 offensive.
The defense is Dan Campbell's. That's Dan Campbell's defense in my mind.
It's Dan Campbell's personality on defense.
Yeah, that gets him ramped up.
Yeah.
But he's wasn't he a defensive specialist coming in?
Tight end. No. He was more of
tight end.
Yeah, tight end, offensive, but not like a play scheme, draw up plays in the sand kind of offensive guy.
More like blocking tight end type thing.
Exactly. More of like an O-line passing game coordinator, but I'm not drawing the plays.
This is how you get the blocks off and stuff like
that. And I think he was.
And Jamar Gibbs being the number. Jamar Gibbs being the number third quarterback.
Third running back, right ahead of Bijan, like we were talking about Monday night.
Don't agree with it.
Still to have a top 5. Would you rather have Jamar Gibbs or Josh Jacobs, the Packers running back?
If I'm going fantasy,
if you're trying to win football games,
stick Josh Jacobs in. Well, I guess he's not as good.
Gibbs just has way more break.
Yeah, he's got
big play potential.
Because he can catch the ball.
I think it's close. I think it's definitely Detroit, Green Bay, and then everybody else, then Minnesota and Chicago. But I just still feel like Detroit is, despite losing coordinators and the history we've seen of how much that can derail a season.
Until you dethrone them, they're the top team.
Yeah,
and they 2 years in a row, division winners, number 1 seed last year,
and
and
hosted a playoff game
that was a shootout, and which I did see the end of quarterbacks, and that had the playoff game with the Commanders.
Oh, nice.
And it showed Goff tried to do what he tried to do in L.A. Instead of taking the easy pass to Laporta, who's wide open, that can get you that first down and maybe get you about 5 or 6, 7 yak. You know what I'm saying? He tried to fit a ball into Jameis in between high-low coverage and threw it a little too long, and the safety picked it off, but it was a shootout. It was I forgot how exciting of a game that was. Yeah. That was a crazy game, man.
I think Lions win less regular season games, but win a playoff game this year. I think they're still, especially the way.
I don't think they're going to be number 1 seed.
Right. I think it's good. There's not going to be
they're going to eat up on a wild card team.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. So Lions 10.5. I still say the over, but closer to 11 than the 15 games they won last year.
Yeah, I'd say over 11 or 12.
Yeah, that feels like a lock. And then Packers, of course, you mentioned Packers. I think you're spot on. I think that'll be their biggest competition within the division. So, fun fact about the Packers: the age 27 season of Brett Favre, they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I
The
remember.
age 27 season of
Aaron Rodgers, they won a Super Bowl. Yeah.
Jordan Love
Is not going to win a Super Bowl.
entering his age 27 season this year. So if you're a superstitious bloke,
Not going to happen.
look, I'm
Not going to happen.
not gonna lie. That's enough evidence for me to at least lose a cool 100 on it.
Yeah.
Like I'll take those odds.
I wonder, if there was like great odds, but like how many people do you think, how many Packers fans going to bloat that, prop bet up?
they'll move that line. Yeah. Vegas has Packers at 9.5.
They start out the season with the Lions. That's going to be a good game.
It's gonna be great. There's so many good division games to start week 1 of the season.
They did good. They played the Cowboys game 5. Or is it one? Yeah, is it game 5? Yeah. Game 4
It's in Dallas though, right?
in Dallas.
Yeah, I didn't think Dallas goes to Lambeau
Man,
this
that's
year.
just such a hard schedule. Like, I mean, they throw you the gimmies. It's like Lions, Commanders, Browns, Cowboys, and then they got to go to the Bengals, Steelers, like Eagles. Like, man, dude, that's the reason why these numbers are so low, man. They're playing some tough teams, and to stay healthy playing all these tough teams is going to be a task.
Yeah, I think the Packers, obviously, you give Jordan Love all that money, what, $220 million deal in the extension.
Mm-hmm.
You're expecting him,
To not blow it in the playoffs against the Niners.
1, to not blow it, but 2, to also be a big reason you are able to develop a number 1 wide receiver. Because right now, they've got so much depth in the wide receiver room without having a proven number 1 guy. They draft the Texas kid, Matthew Golden, in the first round, also took Savion Williams in the third round. So only added depth to that room. And I think a Packer fan would tell you they are really hoping Matthew Golden, despite I think he's wearing number 15, which is unstable for a wide receiver. That's going to be weird to get used to for a while.
Number 15. I'm trying to think of someone else who wore number 15. Maybe I'm just Golden and Golden Tate are going back. Like, I thought he wore number 15 as well.
Yeah, I think he wore like number 5. Oh no, it's even worse. Matthew Golden's wearing number 22. It's even weirder than 15.
That's what it is. I was like, 15 is not that. I was like, that's 22, because that's going to be.
It's a running back number.
It's a cornerback number.
Or a corner,
I'm like, which one's the cornerback out there? Yeah. Wow.
But they're hoping that someone between
Are they going to try to use him like Debo or something like that?
I mean,
I don't think he's got that lower body.
Not Debo level, but who does that? Really, like Debo's a freak like that.
Yeah.
Between the trio of Matthew Golden, Savion Williams, who they drafted, and then Jaden Reed, who was really starting to break out last year, potentially.
They got him as the number 1 in depth chart.
That doesn't surprise me because he's proven. Because he's the most proven guy they have on the roster. It also wouldn't surprise me if Jordan Love and Matthew Golden are, more of a
PPR machine.
go-to pair.
Yeah, to get like the short yardage and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that's what Golden was so good at Texas. He was a massive safety blanket for Quinn last year. Of course, mentioned Josh Jacobs. When you look at that Packers offense, there's a bunch of players I really like. But is Jordan Love top 5? No. Is Josh Jacobs top 5?
No.
Are any of those receivers top 5?
I give Josh Jacobs top 10.
Of course, top 10. Yeah.
But none of the receivers.
They lack, for as good of a team as they are and as good as they were last year, they lack that real elite top tier offensive talent.
And I think this is going to be a building year for him too as well. Just because with all the new faces. And I mean, I'm looking at the defense. Nothing is yelling at. I mean, the guy Xavier McKinney, which was that's a hell of a pickup, but that doesn't do anything in the trenches. I mean, you got what was it? Clark, Van Ness, Wyatt, Garrett,
Sure.
Rashawn. Yeah, like none of those names jump out at me.
No, that's where I say, like, I think the Packers
seems like they can get beat up on the run.
I think the Packers are going to be kind of exactly what they were last year.
Yeah,
really solid, really hard to beat, but just still lacking that explosive weapon on offense that opens everything else up.
I would like if I was playing the Packers, man. Look, Detroit's got Jamar Gibbs. You got Chicago. Did they draft the running back, or are they still having Swift as their number one? I forget who's the number one over at.
The Bears took the tight end.
Yeah, they took
as
the tight end.
a first round weapon for Caleb.
But I mean, you got Gibbs. Who else is in the division? The Vikings. So
with
you got
2 of the top 10.
Yeah.
One guy who's top 2 at receiver and another guy who's top 10 at receiver.
Exactly.
And that's where I say that's what Green Bay lacks.
That's why they got McKinney, is because they wanted to go against, because they knew that they had to deal with the receivers and that they're gonna make Caleb Williams throw the ball.
Well,
because they're forcing it, man. Like Chicago hasn't had a QB since Jake Cutler, if you want to count that. But
I think there were some years there.
There were some years when we had Brandon Marshall, but they're dying for that QB, and so I think they short.
Oh, you mean Chicago?
Yeah. So that's why I think Green Bay shored up some of its secondary, and didn't really pay a lot of, didn't draft real big on the defensive ends or defensive tackles.
No, Green Bay clearly was trying to find that top tier offensive weapon with 2 of their first 3 picks being wide receiver. I think the 9.5 number sounds incredibly fair off the top of my head. You saying under?
Under.
But, okay, you say under. Do you still have them finishing second in the division?
Nope.
Okay, well, that makes things even more interesting. I think I kind of agree. I think they're a 9-win team. I think they're 9-8 because the bottom.
I think they're a 7-8 win. 7-8 win. They're going to have troubles. The rookies are going to have troubles. Everything's faster in the NFL, man. These receivers are going to have corners. God help them if they run across the middle, playing the people they're playing, the NFC East and the AFC North. God help them if they run across the middle and don't see one of those linebackers or safeties coming at them to take off their head.
Yeah, I think I still like the Packers. I still trust the Packers more than I trust J.J. McCarthy or Caleb Williams. And so
it's not trusting the quarterback.
No, that's what I'm saying. I trust the Packers. That's what I'm saying.
No, I trust the whole team in the Vikings. I feel like they're going to be number 2.
Okay, well, let's get into the Vikings then, because I had them next ahead of the Bears on the list. De facto rookie year for J.J. McCarthy. The same offensive structure that led to the Sam Darnold career revival. We've talked about the weapons already. Tell me why you have the Vikings ahead of the Packers. Because J.J. McCarthy was great at Michigan, but he wasn't. I never looked at him and thought that's a future all-pro NFL quarterback. And that might be on me, but I didn't see that. I saw he was going to beat out Sam Darnold last year, and then Darnold has a great season before fizzling, and they still have faith to let Darnold walk and turn to JJ.
The one word, defense.
Yeah, and that's where
their defense is better. They have a better defensive line. They have Hargrave anchoring it right up the middle. That's a first teamer. You know who they remind me of? I just thought about it. They remind me of last year's Denver. Yeah,
with Bo Nix.
Yeah, and then
rookie quarterback, just don't make mistakes. We'll make the reads quick, easy for you. We've got weapons for you. Just get it in their hands, and the defense will do the rest.
Just a quick throw out it's like a run play to put Jefferson, Addison, or do a pump fake, see if that corner bites, and just throw over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the ball out of your hand within 2 seconds, and then you still got
got solid Aaron Jones still running the ball, so you're getting some kind of consistent rushing attack.
And Jordan Mason coming back from the Niners, who legitimately was the best running back we had.
I forgot they
got Jordan Mason.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a beast. He likes his yak. He likes his yak.
Yeah, don't we all?
You know what I'm saying?
I prefer Pierre Ferrand if you're asking. You might be able to talk me in. I'm always.
They're going to run the ball. They're going to be a run-first team.
And defensive-led.
They're going to try to control the clock, and they're going to try to make big plays with their big play receivers.
I say they remind me of Denver because.
And again, they got Hawkinson.
Yeah, that helps too.
They got Hawkinson and tight end, man. You're telling me they're definitely going to be number 2.
I'm telling you.
They won 14 games for a reason with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that's the big thing. The fact that they were able to get 14 wins out of Sam Darnold.
And imagine if J.J. McCarthy is better than Sam Darnold. That's kind of scary, man.
You're talking me into it.
It's kind of scary, dude.
I don't. I'm not as convicted as I was when I wrote these notes because my notes are pretty down on the Vikings. Looking at,
because you were just tunnel visioned on JJ.
1,000%.
You're tunnel visioned on JJ, and you didn't realize they got a solid running back core.
So
they got a 1-2 punch.
It's
they're both bruisers.
The Mason trade, I forgot because I like Aaron Jones. He's solid, but Aaron Jones is the guy that if it's third and
he only needs
if it's 3rd and 2, he'll get you
10
3
to 15 touches.
Yeah.
That's all he needs. And if you can give him if you can get a 12 and 12 touches for both the running backs, one of them is going to break 100, and then all that just brings the linebackers in, that brings the safeties in, and then you got two of the best to ever do it, cutting it up in the backfield. You know.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I think I'm ready.
I think it's going to be a repeat to where it's just such. The only thing I don't have them, I was like, I would say it'd be like a repeat of last year where it came down to the last game, 14-2. It was against Detroit versus the Vikings, which is never heard of for the 1 seed and for the division, But I will say the rookie quarterback and the strength of schedule. I think the edge goes to the veteran of Goff.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I have them winning the division.
Man, you're really, really high on the Vikings then. I know.
They're solid.
Yeah.
They're solid, man.
Even Jordan Love.
The only thing is, if it's tunnel vision, if JJ just really
then we're talking about.
But he looked good during preseason before he got hurt.
For sure. But Ben DiNucci looked good in preseason at one time or another. Yeah,
but they up their running game, so to take pressure off them, which I was like
helps a rookie.
Good job.
Well, a pseudo rookie quarterback. Yeah. Technically McCarthy in his second year,
red shirt.
Yeah,
he's a red shirt freshman.
The looking at just the quarterback, if JJ McCarthy pops, if Caleb Williams, now that he finally has an offensive-minded head coach. Mm-hmm. And a guy that actually isn't just offensive minded, but is actually potentially one of the best offensive minds in the entire league as his head coach. If you have Caleb Williams take a leap as a former first overall pick, J.J. McCarthy steps in and shows that he's better than Sam Darnold. Jordan Love takes any kind of step forward to get closer to justifying that $220 million contract. And then Goff at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Is there a better?
There's a lower season for Goff. There's a lower ceiling for Goff.
Yeah.
A higher ceiling for McCarthy and Love. Caleb, until I see a Bears quarterback do good.
I think Caleb Williams has both the highest ceiling and the lowest floor.
Yeah.
I could see him being the best quarterback in the division.
We said that about Detroit. We're never going to see Detroit do anything, and they were so close to beating the Niners and then going to the Super Bowl, only 2 years ago.
I mean, hell,
and they were the number 1 seed last year. So
every streak's got to end.
That blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? So but until I see it, I'm not going to bet on them.
This division might not have the top tier quarterback talent, but show me a division that has group of 4 better quarterbacks though, like top to bottom. Every team, there's one team in every division that would love to have one of these 4 guys. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, who's Seattle's?
It's Darnold now.
Darnold. I mean, is Kyler better than JJ?
I think you'd rather have Kyler right now until we see what JJ is.
Then you got Burrow, Lamar.
That's the closest, but
Aaron
you also
Rodgers,
and then whoever's playing for Cleveland, so they're out immediately.
They got eight quarterbacks coming in.
That's what I'm saying. They got
they might have Kirk Cousins by the end of by
very
next
well.
month.
They might be tomorrow. They have better top tier talent, but the worst quarterback in that division. That's what I'm saying. This is kind of the division of mid. Just look at or not mid, but solid. I should say solid. Better than
above average.
Just solid. These guys are on the fringes of being top 10, top 5 guys, but the gap is wide.
They're not Sam Darnold average, you know, but they're just right above that.
Yeah.
And then you got Goff, which I put above another tier because he did take a step. You know,
Goff is still clearly the best of the 4 and separated himself from the rest. No doubt, no question. Yeah. Let's knock the Bears out real fast before we get to the lightning round. We're going to try not to go too long tonight, so we will speed up.
I wore my Bears shirt for this.
Oh, that's a
little polo bear.
Little polo. The Ben Johnson is a great hire, but as good as he was as a coordinator, we've yet to see, obviously this is his first opportunity as a head coach. I think the question comes down to, did enough Dan Campbell rub off on him? He's a fiery dude like Dan is. He very well could be that kind of motivating head coach. Or is he more of the Cliff Kingsbury failed experiment as head coach, where it's like, man, this guy is so good at calling plays, so good at designing offensive scheme, so good at getting the most out of offensive weapons, but is a terrible head coach.
Because we got to see. They how do you say his name? Adunze? Adunze. He was supposed to pop last year. DJ Moore got that huge contract because he was killing it. And then they didn't live up to the hype last year. So if the coach Ben Johnson takes Dan Campbell's energy and stuff like that and gets the most, just like you said, out of him, that could be a deadly 1-2 punch with a Cole Kmet, solid veteran. You know, I will get you 5 yards with some yak.
How about the kid they took 10th overall,
Loveland,
Michigan tight end, giving Caleb more than just a safety blanket, a guy that potentially could be.
I think they're going to run 2 tight ends all year. That's going to be their scheme because, I mean, they got DeAndre Swift. He can pop, but he's a 15th. In my book, I've got DeAndre maybe 15th, maybe 16th,
maybe,
17th.
Yeah.
But he just his breakaway speed and he can catch. You know, I don't have him 15th in a non-PPR league, I'll tell you that much. But they got Roshan Johnson behind him. He's a banger. But, you know, he only needs less than 10 touches a game. But if they get those tight ends working with the over-the-top of a DJ Moore and or Dunzier, he's the faster one, and DJ Moore going across the middle, and they give Caleb some time in the pocket. He was happy feet.
So
all last year, he was just happy feet.
The numbers, it wasn't just watching the games. They allowed a league-high 68 sacks last year. And because of that, they went out, they get Jonah Jackson, the offensive guard from the Rams. They get Joe Thuney, and then Drew Dahlman as well. So they get 3 brand new offensive line starters they invested in. You combine the much upgraded offensive line with the additional weapons for Caleb.
And Loveland was
and the biggest weapon they acquired as their head coach, Ben Johnson.
Yeah. And Loveland's like a George Kittle. He
Potentially.
He will block.
Yeah.
He will block,
See,
and he loves to block, and and then he'll just cut out, and he's got amazing hands and amazing abilities after the catch.
I think you're right on I think we're going to see a lot of, or could potentially see a lot of 2 tight end sets.
Yeah.
Just one to help with protection.
The third receiver on the depth chart's Luther Burden.
Yeah, the 2nd-round pick out of Missouri.
Yes.
They took.
So I mean, I don't see how much trust unless he just has an amazing camp, an amazing preseason. You know,
I mean, he honestly could turn out to be the best receiver in that
What was
class.
his college?
Missouri. And he was a stud. He was.
Just take me
He
any
didn't test.
LSU wide receiver. I'm gonna say that's gonna be the best one out of the class. Man.
And that's usually a safe bet. No, Burton didn't test as well at Combine and Pro Day. But you're talking about basically if he had ran his 40 a tenth of a second faster, he would have. Yeah, like
Jerry
at some point,
Rice didn't do a good combine.
Yeah, I mean, watching him last year at Missouri, he looked like a first-round wide receiver. And then the testing was it wasn't bad at all. He was still a second-round pick, but some guys jumped him because they had better pro days.
Yeah.
I think the Bears got a steal with Burden. I'm glad you brought him up. I forgot.
Yeah. But he's questionable, so I don't know what injury he's battling. They have him as questionable, so I know he's battling something. I didn't see that he was on the the PUP list or anything like that.
Yeah, there's so many dudes that are not going to practice this first week of training camp. That'll be fine in 3 weeks.
But then going to the defense of the Bears, that they run a 4-3, which I love. Montez Sweat. You got Doomby.
What? Come again?
Dang.
That can't be how you say that.
Not going to work here anymore.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Odeyyingbo. Odeyingbo.
That's a name, even if you spell it out loud. I can't help you with that. That's even.
But then they also got
harder.
Gervin Dexter and Grady Jarrett. That is one of the top tier defensive lines. They shirt up their offensive line, so the trenches are good. And what that usually spells, better season. You know what I'm saying? So, and then
It's where a lot of games are won. Well, you mentioned the defense too. New defensive coordinator, the dude from the Saints, Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen, their DC as well. So,
I mean,
at least someone with a proven track record as a defensive coordinator, someone that you can.
Yeah, the Bears always count on them being, defensively sound. That's always been their staple, like the Ravens and some of the others, like Tampa, or used to be Tampa. But
outside of last year.
Yeah.
Still, though, the fact that Vegas says 8.5 for Chicago in a division that tough, that's a lot of faith.
You want to hear my
Hit me.
The shock? Green Bay is going to be last. Bears going to jump them for third.
That's one of those where it might not be. That might not be as radical as it sounds first time hearing it.
Yeah, I think Caleb takes a big jump because he's not going to be happy feet running for his life, getting the league high in sacks. You got second-year receivers coming in, so they got work to come out. They got a starting day one tight end, which they even have him second on the depth chart, but he's going to be playing 80% of the snaps.
He's the 10th pick in the draft.
Yeah, he's going to be playing 80+% of the snaps, and like I said, I guarantee they're going to run a 2 tight end formation, and DJ Moore across the middle, Dunzier across the top. I mean, that's just classic football.
So you have Lions first still, Minnesota second, Chicago third,
Green Bay fourth.
So do you have Chicago? The number's 8.5. Do you have Chicago still under at 8 and Green Bay under at 7?
I got Chicago at 8. I got Green Bay at 6 or 7. I'm like, every time sometimes I say it, the more I think about it, they paid all that money for, like, what happens to a quarterback? What happens to a team when the quarterback gets that huge contract?
Well,
they usually underperform the next year.
Yeah.
and the receivers, they don't have the weapons that either of the other three teams have for receivers or a tight end, or tight ends.
Unless one of those draft picks pops.
And what was it? And what do we got? We have Josh Jacobs, which is a beast at running back, but there's no one behind him that's like worth the. It's Roschon Johnson.
Oh no, in Green Bay.
In Green Bay,
yeah,
it's Roschon. So
no, Roschon's in Chicago.
Oh, Roschon. Who am I thinking of?
Yeah.
Who I forget who's behind, but. Because that's why I said Chicago is because Roschon he's UT, right? Mm-hmm. You went to UT.
Yeah.
He's just like a straightforward hit the hole running back. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to do much.
You're not getting a whole lot of shake. Marshawn Lloyd is technically second on the depth chart for Green Bay, but it's Josh Jacobs. It's not a two-back system.
He's a 30 carry a game guy.
Yeah.
Like, give me him on my fantasy team, but don't tell me that team's going to be winning. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I think you've talked me into Minnesota being ahead of Green Bay.
The Cap for the win.
But I don't think I can follow you off the cliff and say Chicago's going to be ahead. I still have Chicago last.
That's going to be the deal breaker
to watch for this division. Yeah, give me Lions over, Packers under, Vikings over. But the Packers at under, it's 9.5. I think they win 9. I think Vikings win 10, and then I think the Bears are under that 8.5. I think they're probably still.
I think the Bears win 9, Packers win 7, and the Vikings win 11.
We'll see.
Oh no, not like a 10, maybe 11.
Maybe yeah. I think the rest of that division,
and I still got Detroit like winning 12 or 13. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
They're just so sound, man. They're so sound.
The rest of the division, though, has gotten so much more depth than they have last year.
Watch that quarterbacks.
Oh, so I'm going to watch it this weekend. We're going to talk about it next week.
And see how handedly they beat up on good teams. They handedly beat them up.
And they were also pulling guys off the street last year. They had more injuries than just about any
Hutchinson,
team.
and they didn't have their biggest weapon on defense.
They were playing a cornerback that they literally signed like late Saturday night, and he was starting Sunday at a noon game the next day.
He was watching the games, eating some Cheetos and stuff. But I just think, man, they're so solid. Dan Campbell's such a good coach to motivate them. Gets the best out of his guys. They're going to keep Goff in the same system. The guys are just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Just how Lawrence, just how LG likes him.
Speaking of Lawrence, let's make sure he's still awake in there. LG, give us some lightning round before we get out of here. So one of the things I had on the list from Monday's lightning round that we didn't get to. Massive online conversations were had this past weekend with the WNBA All-Star Game. We're entering a world, a serious portion of our sports ecosystem, bigger portion than it's ever been, is now chick ball. It's now WNBA, and it's more
WNBA than I've ever wanted to or have in my life.
Yeah, Caitlin's fun to watch. I can do
Packers.
A layup. Yeah, let's test that.
It's not going to be pretty, but
yeah. Obviously the story, and this is how I know WNBA has reached a new level of our zeitgeist, of our pop culture, of our cultural stratosphere. The fact that people are commenting now about the WNBA that wouldn't have 5 years ago.
Wouldn't know anything about it.
Even though majority of those people are saying something negative, they're still saying it. They know
stats and they know some info.
And they know that it will drive clicks. Yeah. Because that's the thing. If the WNBA didn't matter, those dudes wouldn't talk about how ridiculous it was that they wore "Pay Us What You Owe Us" shirts.
And I don't know if you noticed this. Did you see those Caitlin Clark Cookie Monster Kobe's?
Really?
Oh, buddy. Yeah.
It's for cookies. That's good enough for me.
I always forget we have
Yeah, buddy.
a
Dude, they are
monster.
they are fire, man. Like I don't really like, too many basketball shoes, but like those are fire. But yeah, I got what you got with that coastal softball game. I got pushed around by some lesbians, and I had
those shoes are sick.
Yeah, and I had to.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
And I had to watch the WNBA All-Star game while trying to watch the UFC main event on Saturday.
Oh, that was the same night?
I was like, can we change this? I was like, is anybody watching this? And I looked to my left, and there's some lesbians.
So it's interesting. Those have always been.
And I was like, all right, I'll just look over here.
That was, that was the WNBA's core audience.
Yeah.
Outside of that, and Caitlin Clark's basically. It's interesting now that you have a lot of male sports commentators rushing to point out the league's never turned a profit, which is true. The league lost $50 million last year because they started finally using private jets, chartered planes, which is true. But while that is completely true, and of course the instant joke of, these broads need to pay $30,000 each because if you want us to pay what you owe $50 million combined. So y'all figure out a way to split it up and pay it back. And that's cute. It wins you internet points. It wins you, it gets you
Male
clicks.
chauvinistic.
Sure, it's fun.
Fun points.
And the numbers there are true. But the numbers are also true. 10 years ago, the expansion fee for a new WNBA team was like $2 million. Now it's $250 million.
Yeah.
The TV deal they just signed that kicks in next year is worth $200 million.
Yeah, they're seeing the writing on the wall that it is going to make money.
And the NBA players get 50% of the revenue share. WNBA players aren't going to get that. I don't think that's realistic.
Not unless they can start bumping up those ratings,
It would take. There's still, WNBA games are beating baseball games. Are beating the numbers. That's why they just got a $200 million media deal. But all of that to say,
because they're putting them on ESPN.
No, they're on Ion, dude. They're on the most random. They might as well be on OWN, Oprah's network.
I know there was
or Oxygen, where all of the true crime shows are.
WNBA's been on.
They're on CBS. Is their main network, and ESPN is of course big on them too.
Yeah.
But when you see people like Dave Portnoy defending the WNBA,
he's just getting clicks.
But I also think eventually, if he can get enough good graces within the league, I think he would buy a team because
as he's defending the WNBA, he's sitting there bashing the Tonight Show. If I was losing this much money, it's like, how is a number one show losing that much money?
Do you expect consistency to actually get you said clicks? No. It's an interesting time because the WNBA, for the first time ever, actually is valuable.
Yeah.
It's just, I think they're getting like 7% of the revenue shares now. They're not going to get 50, but they should get more than 7.
Yeah,
but as soon as it gets profitable, all of a sudden they're wearing protest shirts, and it's like, and Kelsey Plum, crap mentality, calling out Caitlin's team for not.
Did you see her? It was like, oh man, it's like a Cancun trip. It's like a girls on a Cancun trip.
Yeah, there's no D around. Yeah, there's no D to be seen. I did see that.
All right, hit me, LG.
Get to the chopper!
So I know you like to do some of the Yelp reviews and stuff. And
what do you got?
This is actually a 5-star from Little Caesars.
Oh,
let me go ahead and read you this one.
He slipped an 8-ball into my hot and ready.
Stopped into Little Caesars just trying to get a $6 pizza. It ended up in a full-on action movie. Just as I grabbed my order, this furious dude barges in yelling about how I cut him off in traffic earlier. Before I can even respond, he throws a punch, but then out of nowhere, the guy behind the counter jumps over like he's been waiting for this moment for his whole life and beats the living hell out of this guy. The guy ran off. The cashier dusted himself off. I said, "Are you okay, man?" And he looked me dead in the eye and he said, "Bitch, this is Little Caesars. We're always hot and ready."
Okay. Whether the
that might be
authenticity
bad, but like,
is still a good story.
It's a good story.
That's still well. Look. Anytime I find myself in a Little Caesars, I kind of feel like at any moment a guy could fly across the counter to take someone out.
Someone on meth.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me whatsoever. Yeah, we need to do more. Hit me, LG.
Yeah, more of those.
We need to do more reviews. Another good one I had. Well, I'll follow up on the backs of that. So, a person we've talked about on the show a few times, my buddy Aaron Pena. The owner of Amor Eterno, favorite bar in town, owner of Gimme Gimme, right there in Southtown as well. Great little punk bar with great food. They did something at Gimme Gimme that spread, as the kids say, virally. Went a little viral to the point where I think it was yesterday or maybe even earlier today, we got a Texas Monthly item or a Texas Monthly article written about one of the food items on their menu.
Oh, wow.
Did either of y'all see that? Did you see this at all, LG?
I am not a subscriber to Texas Monthly.
Okay. Well, it spread. It was a Facebook group. It was a Facebook post that spread across San Antonio
Texas restaurant
audiences. The restaurant.
Yeah.
Yep, San Antonio restaurant group. Then it got picked up by MySA and then made its way to Texas Monthly. So what it was, obviously, we're all familiar with crispy dogs.
Yes.
San Antonio staple, San Antonio original. So the chef at Gimme Gimme came up with, Aaron wanted to do crispy dogs, but they, of course, let's serve, we have a really good food program. Let's get the best hot dog weenies we can find, and let's make our own tortillas for the crispy dogs.
Yes.
So what am I supposed to call it?
Wieners.
A wiener? Weenie? It's always been a weenie.
Dog.
That's a weenie. It's kind of fun. You
A
need to
glizzy.
bring wiener back into your vocabulary.
A glizzy
it's
weenie.
really fun
a
to
weenie
see.
glizzy.
Oh, look at that wiener. No, so what they did was to try to make it their own.
Yeah.
They made their own tortillas, but they made blue maize corn tortillas.
Oh, so they're blue.
So, of course, it's San Antonio, and as soon as they posted about it, it's, what are these? What is that, rosemary and, lavender tortillas? Like, are you gentrifying crispy dogs?
Like we haven't seen blue tortilla chips.
That was the most insane thing. It's the most authentic Mexican, straight from Oaxaca.
The fake outrage.
Yes, well, we got to be mad at something, especially when it comes to your heritage.
Yeah.
You rush to defend something, whether
Maize.
you're actually
You
in
call
the
it
right.
corn.
Yeah, I said blue maize, corn tortillas.
I love it.
But no, look, I can attest. If they're gentrified, you shouldn't care. They are delicious. I would highly suggest. I think he's still only doing them on Mondays, but word that they might be added to the all the time full-time menu. Yeah, they're on the Monday happy hour. Also, stay strong, Aaron. He's hitting the point of chemo where it is really kicking his, taking the legs out from under him. So keep fighting, brother. Keep fighting.
Smoke that tweed, man.
That's right.
Get that hunger back. Hit me, LG.
It's a trap.
I cried a little bit at the end of the quarterbacks. A little tear ran down my eye.
Don't give too much away because I want to watch it this weekend. Just tell which quarterback.
It wasn't even the quarterbacks.
Are you crying?
It was Jared Goff's wife was pregnant.
Oh my God. Okay.
My future wife got pregnant.
Buddy.
And now I'm going to have to be a stepfather again. And I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I think you should give up on that. I think you should have given up on that dream 10 years ago before you even knew who she was. I was like, how could you
end this like this? We were meant to be together.
No.
We were something special.
No, I don't think you went to. I don't think you went to Cal Berkeley and were the first overall pick in the draft.
Oh, she can slum it.
Hit me, LG. That would be some serious slumming if we got down to that level.
We're good streaking!
I'll give you one more before we get out of here, and it's the obvious one. I was watching my normal news quad box. I guess was it today or yesterday? It was yesterday. I was watching my normal news quad box yesterday. So I had my Fox, had my CNN, had my MSNBC, and in that bottom right corner, I had the greatness that is BBC News. And I'm watching, middle of the afternoon.
Love the accents.
All of a sudden, BBC goes full flashing breaking news, red banner across the screen, and I'm thinking
I gotta click down on
dude,
that.
I'm thinking like, all right, who's bombed who? Who, like, what, where was
more terrorist attacks
where was
over
the
there.
terrorist attack?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, what subway got?
We got school shootings. They got terrorist attacks.
They got stabbings in the subway. What happened? It had to be something huge. And it was, but it wasn't loss of life, mass casualty huge.
Yeah.
It was one individual loss of life. And, of course, that was the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy. Ozzy Osbourne, dead at 76.
R.I.P. Sweet Oz.
I couldn't tell you how happy I was.
San Antonio's favorite celebrity.
Who also was banned for a decade.
I know.
It's so funny, too,
He
to
can
hear.
piss on the Alamo all he wants.
He didn't pee on the Alamo. He peed on the cenotaph that's out front of the Alamo.
What
and
the
he
is
made
a cenotaph?
It's the giant. It's exactly. It looks like a giant dong right there in front. It's a giant marble.
Magnum Dom.
Phallic object right in front of it that the Daughters of the Republic made sure that they got put in place. Now of course, we know the story. He leaves his hotel room wearing one of Sharon's dresses because she took all of his clothes away. He's wasted. Wanted to try to find a place to get another drink. Ends up urinating near the Alamo on the cenotaph there. Banned for a decade. Makes a donation to the Daughters of the Confederate. Daughters of the Alamo, not Confederate.
I was like, whoa.
Well, they're practically the same.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being honest,
they were the same at that time.
It's a good thing the state took that over, and I don't say that often about government.
They just targeted the Mexicans
About
back
government
then.
intervention. Yeah, they would have gotten around to everybody else. Just give them time. No, it was, obviously crazy. Only 2 weeks after the farewell benefit concert.
Did you hear about how bad his Parkinson's was getting? And like how they had to strap him to the chair because he couldn't trust himself not to get up.
No. He's Ozzy. He would have.
It's
you're
like
staying.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
And he's the creator of what we now know as reality TV. The Osbournes were the first true scripted reality TV, because you can say the real world.
Dude, I don't think it was scripted when it took him 20 minutes to open a CD.
That's not a script. That's just finding gold in your script. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's what reality TV has become.
Absolutely.
It's like the Kardashians,
and it's actually rewatchable. Like I was watching some old clips.
Because Ozzy's hilarious.
He's so funny. And then you think about that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That was Ozzy bumbling around at mid-50s.
Yeah. And he stayed.
And he made it all the way to 76.
It took Parkinson's to take him out, man.
And
all that cocaine and all that
everything
heroin,
else.
All that
It's called cocaine.
Couldn't phase the merchant of what do you call it?
Prince of Darkness.
The Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, the specifically that farewell tour, I didn't realize till after the fact. It was also a giant fundraiser. Yeah. It's the biggest concert fundraiser now.
All proceeds went to Parkinson's.
Straight to Parkinson's research. And it was like
kids cancer.
It's like 180 million, something ridiculous. 150, 180 million dollars raised.
A true philanthropist. Satan's own.
Ozzy
Osbourne.
It just goes to prove anybody can do anything good, even if it's in the name of darkness and Satan. Like you can still do good things.
Hey, party in the fire, King. Because that's where you wanted to be.
Yeah, good night. Good night, sweet Prince of Darkness.
Do we want? All right, hit me, LG.
It's still real to me, damn
it. We're going to end with a clip, hopefully.
Oh, God. Oh,
we got it?
Oh, God.
I found it on Twitter.
Captain calling for a clip.
I found it on Twitter.
This has quickly become one of my favorite things.
Yes. Here we go. This happened. This guy, this rook, came up from the minor leagues and made 3 of the most spectacular catches. One could be ranked in the top 10. And here we go. Let's watch some.
Taking a different look here. He puts a swing on it to center field. Denzel Clark going back towards the wall and leaps up.
Spider-Man's over. That's Ichiro is.
That's Gary Matthews Jr.-esque.
Man.
It reminds me a lot of his Matthews catch with the Rangers.
And then this happens 1 week right after that.
He's still going.
Boom! Takes out the wall like Aaron Judge did. Even though he hurt his toe and got lost for the season. Catches the ball.
Oh my goodness, he caught the baseball.
I always love a catch where the announcer actually doesn't know whether he caught it or not.
Because, man, he hit the wall going full speed. And then, look at that catch. Another Ichiro-style catch, but he literally pulls it back. He doesn't catch the ball until it's over the fence. He snags it, snow cone style.
Yeah, that
is ridiculous. Those are some of the most fantastic catches I have seen. And
okay, that last one, I saw it on a delay. I forgot to set up that last one is the Gary. That's the one that if you go watch that Gary Matthews Jr. catch when he was playing for the way he scaled the wall, waited on it, and then caught it still while it was on its way down. Yeah, that is. I mean, it's video game stuff.
That's video games.
Insane.
That's like, what was it?
The only problem he plays
NBA
for
Jam or,
baseball.
Fake. Baseball tried to make something like that. But,
no, like if your buddy does that to you playing the show against him, you throw the controller at him because you're like, dude, what? Yeah. Like that's not baseball. No one can do that. No, the only problem is he plays for the only team in baseball that doesn't have a city name in their official, just the Athletics. And he went on the IL right before this series against the Rangers.
Did he?
So I was genuinely, I wasn't too worried about the Athletics, but I was at least thinking like, hey, let's see what he can do against Texas.
Corey Seager's hitting them way further out. He can't even catch those. But
now Seager need to keep seeing.
And all while that he jacked a home run. So, I mean, he got his first home run, first 3 web gems, which I really miss ESPN web gems.
I miss when ESPN cared about baseball. I'm glad they're losing baseball. They no more. Once they quit doing Baseball Tonight, any kind of dedicated baseball coverage, you could see the writing on the wall. Like I'm really excited to see someone else take a crack at baseball.
Well, that's it, gentlemen.
I can't believe
your marathon day is over.
And we went 7 minutes short of 2 hours anyway.
We were still getting our 2 in.
Dang it. Well,
that's what I tell all the girls.
I can't even do the outro now. NFC West preview Monday. NFC East preview next Wednesday. We finish up our division reviews. Quickly, thank you everyone that tuned in this afternoon. Thank you all of y'all that have been here from the beginning of this thing. I can't tell you how much it means to get back in your life like that. If you want to follow, on X at Biggest Puma, Instagram biggest.puma.
At Instagram, the Captain's Chair 210.
I forgot your new name. LG, I saw you stream today. When's the next one?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, very nice.
Hey,
man, look at the content we are creating. All right, y'all be good. We will talk next week. Peace. Oh, yeah, Coldplay won the internet.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. Say no to drugs.
Yeah!